Hello everybody, this is Havoc. Welcome to the quest battle Sword of Unholy Power. This is the legendary Lord Manfred von Carstein's quest battle. It's one of his major quest chains. This is at the end of one of the quest chains. In the Sword of Unholy Power is played in the Badlands. They're going to load the map, and then the General von Carstein himself will give a little general speech, and we will get to the details once this is over with.
Gather around
Have a look.
Arcane Fulcrum, chanting their pathetic rituals. We shall slaughter them in its shadow, ensorceling the pillar of bone with necromantic energy, and then Mind Blade will be bathed in unholy power. It is time. The dead march.
Alright, so there is his speech. Al Bickham, he is going to be playing. I mentioned in the other quest battle, or something to that effect, I said I thought it was Darren. It was Al Bickham, I got him mixed up. Used to watching Darren more. Anyhoozle, we're going to go straight into it. There are a few things I want to mention. I'm not going to show this whole battle. I may not even show different aspects of it. I may just talk through my points and the things I want to get done while you watch the battle. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's up on their Twitch channel, so I will just lead you there. So a few things we want to notice is the different kind of units that are in this battle. There are several different tiers. The Grave Guard, which you're seeing right now, they are the kind of heavy, the kind of elite vampire count units. They're heavy infantry. They pack a hard punch. They have high armor, high damage. Kind of flanking them on either side, you'll have skeletons and you have zombies. Those are your more common infantry types. One thing to note is there is no ranged whatsoever in this game. That doesn't mean that you're out of luck, because we'll go into the bats in a second. But skeletons and zombies, the things to notice about them, they are slow. They aren't very high tier at all. They're your basic unit group, but they are huge. There are 160 units as it stands in this battle anyways, so you have a lot of units that can take a lot of damage and soak up a lot of battle, which is important for the vampire counts. It allows you to be able to suck up the enemy into your front lines with your common infantry. They can take a punch, and then you can have your heavier units, your cav, your bats, etc., come in from the sides, flank them, and you'll pretty much win the day. Another interesting thing to note, the vampire counts do not suffer from any sort of morale penalty. They will never run, which a lot of people are like, well, how in the heck do you just have to fight them? As I said in my previous video, will you have to hack down every single person, every single dead person, undead? Anyway, you will not. They have a different kind of cool aspect, in which case, if it's completely screwed and your units are completely surrounded, rather than rout, they will actually crumble. They will literally just fall apart. So they're unbreakable, but they're unstable, as they say in the video. So they will just literally fall apart, and you'll see that in the battle. Once the troops get a little overwhelmed, they will literally, and I'm going to say literally because it is literally in this case, they will fall apart. So that's a cool different aspect that we've never seen before. Obviously, we don't have undead in the other Total War series games, so zombies and skeletons, they will all literally just crumble apart. So you'll want to make sure that you don't just push them in there thinking that, oh, well, they'll stay until every last man. They will not stay till every last man. They will just fall apart, and your army will dissolve. So here, again, we're going to get into the dire wolves. They are a very fast, I guess you call them, they're an animal. They're not necessarily cav, because they're not horsemen. I guess they're animals. They're kind of like the warhounds. They're very fast, and they will cause some damage. In this battle, they are very good against cavalry. Admittedly, they're just up against boar riders in this battle, but I would imagine they're pretty good against other cav units. They do pack a good punch. And then, since they have no ranged units, you're wondering, well, how in the heck am I going to really do anything? But The bat units, they are also very fast, and they are excellent at picking off units, as they say in this video. That's one thing I would love to use if I play as the vampire counts, is using bats to pick off routed units, because they are very fast. They'll swoop down, they'll kill everyone. They are extremely susceptible to ranged units, as later on in the battle they just get absolutely demolished. So you'll have to be careful with that. Again, a lot of people were thinking that the vampire counts were invincible. They are not going to be invincible. They will be very hard to take out, but just like with any army, they could mass rout, but instead of routing, they crumble and you win the day that way. Van Carstein, you won't get to really see it here necessarily. He is what they call a dual caster. He is steeped and just bathed and baptized and resurrected in magic. I mean, this dude, it just seeps from him. And you'll find out, I'll go into a video that you'll see later in the day overviewing both of the legendary lords of the vampire counts. So anyways, he's a dual caster. He has the lore of the vampires as well as the lore of death. So he actually has 2 sets of magic spells that he can use whenever the need kind of takes him. So over there in the bottom right, you'll actually see the magic, that little blue stuff in that orb. That's your level of magic. Whenever they click on von Carstein, you will see it fill up. I think it's filling up right now as I speak. And that's going to be one thing. I was listening to a couple of the YouTubers who've left their impressions about this video. That's one thing that previous Total War players are going to have to figure out. Yeah, you can see it's filling up. That magic thing's filling up. There's a lot of magic in this area. That's why he wants the Sword of Unholy Power. So he will be able to use magic a lot in this battle and a lot when we play it in the actual game. But anyways, back to the magic. I think it's going to be something we're going to have to remember is there. It's not just a command. It's not a cry, you know, like a war cry like they are in previous Total Wars. It's not going to be in the bottom menu. You're going to have your whole sets over there on the right side that we've never had to focus on an area over there before. So it'll be interesting to see if we all remember whether or not we use magic and how we use magic. Again, there's always that backfiring chance. So I guarantee there'll be a lot of battles in the beginning anyways from anyone who plays Warhammer that you'll see some magic being greatly misused. Not necessarily misused, but maybe not used enough or in the right way. Another thing to notice in this battle, you know, they had talked about, and we talked about in the dev blog on sieges, is they've improved the intelligence of the AI, but I really think that they have improved it a lot. In this battle, you will see as soon as the unit realizes that it's out of control and that it can't win the engagement, it retreats. And we haven't really seen that in previous Total Wars, is they'll fight and fight and fight until they're routing and then they'll retreat. Whereas these guys will disengage as soon as they realize it's not in their favor. I think that's a really smart move. It'll make battles much more encouraging and just immersive, because you're not just grinding trying to kill the guys. The AI will react accordingly. Later in this battle, they kind of have what they call a legendary Lord face-off, in which you will see von Carstein do some magics. He's doing some magic right here just to show off some different buffs. It's just, the magic will be so much cooler than I ever thought it would be. I didn't know how they were going to handle it in the Warhammer universe, Total War universe mashup, but I think it'll be a really interesting aspect that'll go beyond general commands. So overall, after watching this battle, they actually do 2 more battles after this, in which case you'll see them rising, doing the raise the dead thing. I don't want to show it because I have to find the clip and cut it in and do all of that stuff. It is really cool. It essentially just raises a unit of zombies and or skeletons. So 160 unit thing of zombies and skeletons around the general that's able to cast it. And that was one thing that the devs wanted to push, is that it's not just anywhere on the map. You're trying to protect your general. That's why he's raising the dead. And it is just a unit of zombies or skeletons. Some people were like, well, I wish it was a mix of races. That would have required so many different shaders, and extra units that they would have made. It makes more sense just to have it as a standard unit. It's still a little disappointing, yes, but I think it'll work. So I think that'll pretty much wrap it up. I don't want to dabble too long into this. We don't have a whole lot of information. Once Total War releases a full roster, I am going to do a roster video over the vampire accounts. I would like to do a let's play over these guys. I don't know if I will. Again, in my last video, it's just they're showing off so many different aspects. The races have such unique characteristics that it'll be so much more immersive than any Total War game before. So that'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Go on Twitch, look up Total War Official. That is the channel that it was streamed on. That is Total War's official channel, obviously. Watch the whole stream. It was very enjoyable. I liked seeing the battles. I enjoyed the dev interviews. They've really put a lot of... You have no idea how much thought they put into this game. And they're doing it right. They pushed the date back to make sure that it's done correctly and that the launch is a lot better than it was, say, in Rome 2 and even kind of Attila right at the beginning. I have faith in these guys, and I am excited to see what comes out. I will stay on top of anything Total War. Be on the lookout today for the Legendary Lords overview. That should be pretty decently quick. There's not a whole lot of characteristics on it, and I don't want to go too deep. I'll leave that to the people who actually know the lore of Warhammer. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. This is Havoc, and I am out of here. Peace!